guys, hey everyone, I am coming to you today with another process video. I actually had fun doing this process video. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of experiment using my distress oxide inks because I haven't worked with them in a while, and I thought about, hey, it would be so cool if I use my inks. My original plan was to actually use some acrylics or some watercolors, but I thought it would be even better to use my distress oxides to make a galaxy. So that's what you're seeing me doing now. So the colors I'm using is spun sugar, squeezed lemonade, seedless preserves, tumbled glass, chipped sapphire, and black soot. So what you see me do is I'm applying the distress oxides with a Ranger blending tool. And I actually like these for when I'm using these on like watercolor paper or construction paper, cardstock, or mixed media paper. So I'm just blending them in from the sides. When I use these, I always try to come in from the corners into the middle, because sometimes if you start directly in the middle, it leaves like a really big smudge and you can actually see the imprint of the circle. So it's always best when you're using, I think, any kind of inks, or especially like distress oxides, to always start from the corners or the outside and then work your way in. So, and then I wanted the middle lighter than the outsides. So that's why I'm kind of applying it heavier on the outsides than in the middle. And then you'll all see it come together at the end. The only issue I had with using tumbled glass was that it was not pigmented enough. It wasn't heavy enough for the other colors. So I was trying to apply this heavier, or as heavy as I could, to the paper, but the other colors were just, it was just taking over. So this color kind of, it just didn't really, it went well with what I was doing, but it wasn't heavy enough to kind of, it wasn't vibrant enough to kind of bring that color out. I know it looks a little messy. It looks like, oh girl, what are you doing? But I promise you, at the end, it came out so beautiful. And what I'm using here is because distress oxides, like, they leave a print. And because when you apply them, they kind of feel wet. I usually take a piece of paper to hold, so that when I'm applying the inks, I'm not leaving my fingerprints all over the paper, because the distress oxides, they're not dry when you apply them. So I just all you have to do is, if you're using them, just take a piece of cardstock and then just lay it down for your other hand to not move the paper, and then that'll kind of help you not get your, can't even get it out, y'all. That'll help you not get your fingerprints all over the paper. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually going back and applying the other colors around, because when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, the black kind of overpowered all the other colors. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go back through and reapply some of the colors that I used earlier, since the black and the chip sapphire kind of overtook all the other colors. And then what you'll also see me doing is I'm just going around now, just kind of blending all the colors, because I wanted to kind of make it blend a little bit smoother. So I just took the blending tool and I'm just blending it around to make it blend in without having any hard edges. Now this is the fun part. So all I'm doing right now, I'm just spritzing the watercolor paper with water. And then it's going to make like these really cute distress patches inside of the paper. And that really brings together the galaxy look that I was looking for. So I'm just going to really take like a piece of napkin, toilet paper, tissue, and then just kind of pat the wet places and then lift it up. And I'm going to do that a couple times to kind of get it how I really want it. And you can do that as many times as you want. It's just all about how you want it to look. I didn't want to do too much because I wanted to keep some color into the picture. But that really brought together the galaxy look that I was looking for. So now what I'm doing, I'm just taking some apple bear acrylic and I'm just going to make some stars. And that is how I use Distress Oxide inks to make a galaxy for one of the printables that is coming out on Monday from Faith Heirlooms called Heaven Declares. And then if you stay tuned, there is a part 2 where I actually do the process of how I set up the printable for Heaven Declares that comes out on Monday. So you can check that out next. Thanks for watching.